All right. So hello, everybody. Welcome to online version of NETA SPA 2022. It's a small group here, but I'm hoping to see a lot more of you over the weekend because I hear the weather is going to be miserable for you. So you'll have to stay inside and connect with us and have some fun, I hope. This meeting is just a kickoff for the entire weekend. We moved it to Thursday so we can get all this paperwork and business stuff out of the way and get into the fun part first thing on Friday now instead of waiting until after kickoff would have been normally tomorrow evening. So it'll give you some more hours of connection time and seeing each other and having some memories as best as we can make them in this situation. And I I know I said this last year. I really expect to be back next year. It sounds like it's Lucy with the football every time, but I really hope that things are going to be straightened out by next February. So the contracts are already signed, the dates are already selected. We're going to start the process to select vendors, but I'll talk about that in a second too, and to get the hotel release dates and reservations open for you. Maybe not quite as early as we used to in the past because there's really no reason to. We might get it started around May or June, but we'll keep you posted on that when we slide the deadlines over. So here's some, besides that mess, let me just go through a list of things that I wanted to talk to you about and let you know. Might help to answer some questions you might have at this point. But if not, you can jump in at any time and ask a question, or we can talk about anything you need to at the end. So as I posted earlier this afternoon, the SPA guide is out there. It's now on its second revision, and I posted the second revision link out there. I had to make a few changes, and I may have to make more. I mean, I'm not perfect, as much as I like to think I am. I'm not. And so there may be some corrections as the vendors get a chance to look at everything. The videos that are linked in the document, that are mentioned in the document, are now available. I held them on suspense in YouTube until 6:00 p.m. So now they should be out there. Don't go running off now to go watch those. You stay with me. So, but yes, they are available for anybody who tries to click on the links. Yeah, so carefully review the guide, see what's interesting to you, see what you'd like to attend. There's some slight overlap between events. But hopefully our vendors and whoever's running our events can try to record some of it if possible so that we can post those to YouTube as well and give you an option to go to either meeting, either event that happens to occur at the same time. There's a really great section at the end of the manual, or the guide, I should say, that Melissa wrote on how to use Zoom. So if you're new to it, and you might be, but after 2+ years of resorting to that, hopefully you're not. But there's some tips at the back to help you access Zoom, how to access meetings, how to troubleshoot. I want to make a disclaimer right up front when it comes to Zoom, when it comes to other streaming platforms, when it comes to anything technical. Neither I nor Melissa nor even your vendors are all that. To varying degrees, we're not going to be able to help you with technical issues during the weekend. So hopefully things will go smoothly. If it doesn't, just bear with us, bear with the vendor who's running your event or your meeting or your chat, whatever. We'll try to make sure that everyone can get access to whatever they want and can hear well. But some things just aren't in the cards, especially if you have bad weather coming in. Who knows what could happen for you? But we'll do our best to keep everybody connected. Like I said, we're going to try to record meetings regardless. So you can go back and take a look at what happened during a meeting that you might have missed. And that kind of is a nice segue into, I've been thinking about this for obviously for several months to almost a year. And with the decisions to cancel and the stress that we're all under these days and the constant disappointment about not being able to do the things we just want to do, and then now the latest news today is just kind of scary. I think we need to have a theme for this weekend of just calm and peace and serenity and basically no drama. Whatever you do, whether you decide to attend a session or not, whether you sit in your lazy boy and knit all weekend, just take a lot of deep breaths, calm your mind, maybe stay away from the news if you can, and just have a quiet, peaceful weekend with us. And then we can go back into the fray on Monday. It's always waiting for us, but that's what we're going to try to do this weekend, just kind of chill, except for when Casey's running a dance party, because man, that's not chill. But um, so yeah, which is another segue. Casey's one of our vendors. She will be having a dance party on I want to say Saturday night, and her spin in on Friday. Several of the vendors do have live events going on, and they're going to try to rock your world. So please attend if you can. Many of them are already on the books for next year. I asked them, do you want your money back or do you want to let it ride? And most of them said, let's just let it ride, man. They have faith that we're going to be back in 2023 as much as I do, and as much as Melissa does. So you should be seeing many of your favorites back in place next year. And we'll just have the application process for the remaining slots for people who didn't decide to come to let it ride. And they may come back. It's a whole new selection process, just like every year. So, but yeah, so our vendors are optimistic. They're hopeful. They are working their butts off to get inventory ready for you and to plan their events. So please show them some love if you can, if you want to. If you should, though, do it. Yeah, so that's the next 2023 is on the calendar. We have that set up. I've already let the deposits ride too. It's kind of nice. They just kept them. What's left? Yeah, so as you're working this weekend, if you'd like to send pictures, upload them via email to me or through the Dropbox link that we've sent back and forth a few times. Feel free to send pictures of what you're doing, what you've finished, who you're hanging out with. If I'm so jealous of the folks who made it to Freeport. If you're there, hopefully you're being safe, but if you're there, please take pictures and let us know what kind of trouble you're into while you're up there. I mean, we know the kind of trouble that we get into as a huge group, but hopefully you're having fun, and that the services up there aren't so streamlined and pared down that you're not having a good time. I don't know, but feel free to let me know that too. That's interesting information. What else? There may be some special guests during this weekend at any of the events. I kind of got bored one day a few weekends ago and started emailing and messaging people who are on Facebook and Twitter whose names you might recognize. And I said, hey, we're having a little thing. See if you can come. And some of them have responded, some have not, but you never know who's going to show up. Folks like Stanley Barsky. Is it Stanley? Yeah, Stanley, the guy who does the sweaters to match the locations and landmarks that he visits. He cracked me up. Sam Barsky, thank you. He seemed really excited about the idea of an online event. So who knows, you might see him pop up in a meeting. Welcome him in. He's one of the tribe, man. He's one of our fiber crew. Whoops, Shirley, let's get you on mute. I'm going to mute you to get rid of background noise there. So there are other folks who I've invited too. If you don't recognize someone, feel free to introduce yourself during a meeting or an event and see who you might meet. And so let's see what else. Yeah, the last thing I have is the fashion show. I didn't receive any entries, any videos for the fashion show where our theme was special effects. And I get it, people are busy, and you might just not have had time to finish whatever you're working on. So we'll just save that for next year. That'll be the theme of the fashion show contest at the Harrisika next year. So same applies, the same guidelines. However you make your garment or your finished object interactive. Again, no live animals, please. That would be bad. But lighting and things moving and things changing in some way. Be creative. And it's a stash buster too. Use up stuff that you wouldn't normally use. It should be a fun time. If I know a few folks who were thinking about doing something, and if they do, I'm sure it'll be crazy. So I'm looking forward to the fashion show next year. That is all I have for logistics, for paperwork, for business. If you're on this meeting and you have not joined our Google group, you probably got the link to the meeting from someone who is. Please consider joining. Anyone on this group can attest that there isn't a whole lot of email, except for during the busy times, like when we're announcing planning for the next spa. So, and that's something you want to see. That's the point of the group. But other than that, it's relatively quiet. So you're not going to be flooded with emails all year round. Please consider joining the group if you aren't already in it. So that's all I have. Melissa, do you have anything you'd like to add to that?
Unmute. No, I don't. Let's just have fun, and like Lauren said, keep it calm, drama free. Forget about it like we do in person. I know I go up to Freeport, and for the weekend, the rest of my life doesn't exist. I'm just there with my friends and fiber and having a good time. So let's in the spirit of that, keep that going virtually.
Do you want to, do you have anything to add about the greeters table? We brought it up a little bit earlier, but are you still?
I have, if you already volunteered for this year, I've got all your information, and I'll send something out once we start announcing things. If you're interested in learning more about it, or you know about it and you want to be a part of it, just drop your email to me here in the chat, or at some point over the weekend, and I will add you to the list and we can chat about it. It's fun.
Oh, there is one more thing too that I should add, and it's in the guide, but I want to stress that there's a session on, I don't know how you say it, whether it's Nia or Naya movement. A woman, I kind of asked a question out there to the group if there was anyone who'd be interested in running a class, and Faye came back and said, yeah, she'd be interested. And she told me about what she was doing. We set up a meeting for her. I have no idea what this looks like, how strenuous it is, or whether how she does her class. I have no idea. So this is a total experiment, but go into, if you're interested in having, getting involved in that session, she does want you to sign a waiver, and I don't know why, but just read everything. And if you feel like it's something you still want to do, go ahead and fill out the waiver and send it to her, not to me. And then join the group, join the event when it becomes time for that. But again, it was one of those ideas when I was just like, I think it was in the shower. I said, wouldn't it be fun to just get up and move our butts a little bit besides dancing? But because I was just at the Knit for Food knit-a-thon a couple weekends ago too, and she had a lot of yoga and movement and stretching and sessions to get our blood flowing again. So hopefully that'll work out. We might do that more again if it works out well.
I could say something about Nia. I've done it
Oh, you
in
know
the
it?
past.
Okay.
And I guess it's like a combination of different modalities. There's like yoga, tai chi, dance. It's
Tai
very
Chi?
gentle.
Ooh.
The movements, but it's very gentle. You go at your own pace. You can modify it. I actually did it after I had a knee replacement a few months after, as part of my therapy. My 84-year-old mother-in-law does it. It's fun, and it's nothing you have to be like in great shape to do, or you just do it at your own pace. And I filled out her form already, and there is a place to just add any comments if you have any mobility limitations or any concerns. So check it out. I think I'm gonna go. I'll be there. I'll keep my camera on. You can all laugh at me doing what I do. Bring the popcorn.
Or a beer. That could be fun.
If you want.
Anybody have any questions or thoughts or anything you'd like to add?
Lauren, when is that again?
I'm sorry?
I know I can go look at it on the thing, but when is that happening again?
Tomorrow morning at 9:30.
Thanks.
Okay.
I don't have it.
That means I'll have to be. That means I'll get up. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I am so sick of looking at that guide right now. I don't have it open. I don't even want to look at it right now. It's like, you know how you've dealt with children for 24/7 and all of a sudden you don't.
I can't see the guide via the link. I'm sorry, Lauren.
Is there a way, I mean, does the guide have to be downloaded through Dropbox, or can we
It's
send
so
it?
huge.
Yeah,
that
not
you could-
everybody we want to send it to has Dropbox. I
Oh,
wondered
you don't have to though.
No, you just go to the link.
right. But
Yeah, I
as
went
you
as a stranger. I
large.
logged out of my account and I tested it, and it went to it and went right to it. It's Rev 2 now. There was a time when I was deleting Rev 1 so I could upload Rev 2. And maybe if you had trouble, maybe you were trying at that time, but Rev 2 is
Maybe.
out there and it's available. Yeah, it's so huge though. I can't attach it to an email. It just barfs on the
Well, that
size
was,
of it.
I was trying to email it to people. I wondered if maybe we could separate the calendar, the agenda into a smaller one just that we, so that we could say.
I might do that. I'm so sick of looking at the thing that like
Thank you
corrections
for
and
all
errors, but
You did for that.
Yeah.
We
thank you,
really
yeah.
appreciate it.
but yeah, I
It's
can
a
send the
remarkable
agenda.
Body of work.
I'll do that. That's easy enough to do.
So, and I just want to say, someone texted and said they can't see it. The link says the file's deleted. There's a new link that Lauren put into the,
right. You just have to
the
go back and
group.
check again.
So you just have to make sure you have the most current link. And it
Oh
should
yeah,
work.
Jess, I thought I posted it to both groups. Let me just take a quick look. Oh, my eyes are thrashed
Sorry,
too.
I'm
Give me a
looking at
sec.
the vendor group going, the guide for now at 2:55 PM and it's a Rev 1 link. And so I can't.
Yeah. All right. So Rev
Sorry.
2, that's all right. I know I posted it in the regular group and I usually just go pop right back over there and do it in the vendor group
Okay.
too.
Do you want me to just put it in the
But-
chat right now? I have it right here.
Yeah, you can do that, but I'll also
works too.
email it while I'm thinking of it,
At least temporarily.
or else
That
I'll
works.
forget. So Google Groups, Vendorosas.
Everyone, here we go. Okay, the link is in the chat.
And also putting it in the vendor email right
That took me to
now.
my Dropbox homepage.
Oh,
I don't understand because it's
yep. And then if you look 20, oh, it brought us to the 2021 stuff.
well, this
I'm
is
looking-
fun, isn't it?
Hang on, I'm looking at my stuff, I think. Let me go to the email and click from there.
Yeah, I mean it's in the right folder, it's in the right place.
Yeah, let me show you what I'm getting.
Uh,
That's weird.
Let me try this
Sorry,
again.
Share screen, here we go. Oh, I can't share it.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to try another version of the link to add to the confusion, right? While I'm doing this, feel free to ask other questions and have any, if you have any questions, comments, rants and raves, go for it. And for this meeting, we can either end when we're done here, or we can leave it open and have it as an open chat. I'm open to either option. That would be fine. So
So I covered part of me with it, but like, because I can do I have extra tech on my computer, so don't ask how I'm doing this right now. But when if it'll let me, come on, where'd my thing go? There it is. So if I click the link, it takes me to my Dropbox homepage.
Yeah, that's what was happening for me too.
And that's the one that was put in the chat.
okay, try the link that I just put out there, and I'll put a new link in the chat too.
Okay.
By the way, there's like a bunch of comments in there, and first of all,
That
they're so
works.
small I can't even read them. So hopefully, if you have a question you really want answered,
Hey!
Got it?
works.
That works.
Yes.
well, hot damn. Third time's a charm.
Sometimes it just takes community brain power.
And I always try to resist that. Well, it works fine on my computer, because when I get that at work, I just go ballistic. I get told that by my developers all the time, and I just want to punch them in the throat. So I was trying not to say that, but it was working. So I mean,
Right,
you know,
because it brought you to your home, yeah.
yeah.
No problem.
Not coming up on mine.
It's also a very large document. So depending on what you're trying to open it on and how many resources you have from memory or whatever, it could take a while. It was making my computer just have seizures earlier, and I lost almost half the doc.
Oh, no.
Yeah, well, luckily I had an older version I could cut and paste in again, and I was
Oh,
But
back,
still,
but it was a panic moment. So
no.
Casey, I don't know whether you saw, are you there? I see you're here, but I don't see you. Oh, there you are. Did you see my message about your second event? I don't know. Are you using the same link for both? You're muted, by the way.
It's the same Zoom room, but the password is 42069 for high spinning and just 1 for the dancing partay.
Okay, so the passcode is 1 for the second one. All right. I should have known. I should have picked. I saw that number. It was like, getting old. Thank you. I'll fix that.
I just want to say, as someone that goes to high spinning often and doesn't usually get high, it's a lot of fun. And Casey plays great music.
It's worth it just to see her grin. She cracks
Totally.
me up. That is a woman who enjoys what the hell she's doing at that very moment in time.
Oh, look, she's got her little pen. Yeah. Does the wheel spin, Casey? I gotta get one.
Welcome, Tammy. I didn't see you at first, but welcome in. Who else has popped in while I was yammering there? There's Julie, Lynn Winters, there's Colleen, Kendra, Carrie. Is that Carrie Ann or Carrie? And Renee and
Carrie Ann is here. I'm just driving, so
oh, be
I'm on
careful.
audio.
Has it started snowing yet?
No.
No snow yet. It's
Not
not
until
gonna start
midnight.
like dawn.
Okay.
Now,
This morning
midnight in
said 1 a.m.
Massachusetts.
for me. Yeah.
I think our 2 weeks of winter are just about over here. I had my landscaping guy come over and spec out what he's going to be doing for my yard next week. We want to get it done before it gets too hot. Sorry. I couldn't resist.
Just rubbing that in. Thanks, Lauren.
I can't help it sometimes because y'all make fun of me when it's the surface of the sun hot down here in the summer. So no place is perfect. We did have snow. We did have sleet and ice. Actually covered the lawn. They canceled school, I think 2 days of that. All the bread and milk in the state was gone. I think they would just combust if they went north for the winter here. If they saw what a real winter was like, they just wouldn't know what to do with themselves. So let me just take a look at the messages and see if there is anything that needs to be addressed. Casey's packing a shit ton of Keshkora. Nice.
I'll tell you, I downloaded the version 1 without a problem, but I have not been able to open version 2 yet. I've been
I
trying.
haven't either.
No,
No.
it won't show up in my Dropbox. I don't know.
I'll
I
deal
don't
with
use
it later.
Dropbox very often, but
The weird thing, I did Rev 2 the same way I did Rev 1, so I don't
Yeah.
get it. And then I thought I found what looked like a different way, so I did it 2 ways now, and that's not working. After the meeting, I'll fight with it. I probably have more changes to do anyway, so we'll just kind of muddle through. But yeah, I will do a version of the agenda and send that out by email, so at least you have the meetings for tomorrow.
You
Well, that
have.
That was a good idea.
send it out to people. Yeah.
I was gonna say, if you have the Creative Suite, like if you pay for like the Adobe subscription, they have like an online PDF compressor where it'll like compress everything down without losing too much quality, which might help with like file size transfer stuff.
Okay. I probably do. I'm a tech writer, so I have the whole suite, but I just never use that
Yeah.
part. So
If you know your login because it's on like their website, it's part of like the online like
Right.
web browser based stuff that they're doing now, as opposed to an actual like app on your computer.
So
Well, I can report that here in Maine, it's supposed to start snowing around 4 a.m. So now that almost everything has melted out of my yard. Well, the backyard, the front yard is still pretty, I don't know, it's actually down to only about this much. It was like this. Now it's like this. And we'll see. And it is 95 days until, you know, I like my countdowns, right? So 95 days until Memorial Day. And I'm hoping maybe to have a little gathering up here over in Parsons Field by the pool, maybe this summer. So I might put that out there. Anybody
In
wants to
May,
come
is it a heated pool?
No, this summer.
This
May is
summer.
not quite summery. Oh, not here.
Oh, well, you brought up Memorial Day, so I got confused.
No, Memorial Day, we used, last year we opened the pool right before Memorial Day, so I'm getting excited. We'll get there. I can't wait, but yeah, so might have
So
to write
Lauren,
some
those
notes
2
over.
weeks of winter you have down south, that Amy has those 2 weeks of summer in Maine.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Well, down the street, I can actually see Mount Washington from here. So, because I'm
Nice.
on the New Hampshire border, but yeah, it's great. Frida's in here right now, so no one's going to see Mr. Billy tonight because I'm leaving him locked up in the room. We're trying to do meet and greets. We haven't even had him for a week yet, so.
Yeah, if any of you
He's
have your
very-
pets, if you have your cats or your dogs handy, feel free to shove them up in front of the screen.
Yeah,
They must be used to that by now.
I don't know if you can see this. This is
Aw.
his Sears photo.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
He was so sweet. She's not so thrilled at the moment, but that's all right. The old lady will get over it, right? Right.
I love how we talk to them like they're going to answer.
I know.
I
She's
catch myself
hysterical.
thinking sometimes you're a
Yeah.
dork.
I have 3 very angry kitties in my house right now because they all went to the vet today.
Oh,
my.
So they're
Oh.
all
All of
avoiding
them
me
at
and sulking.
once?
And now that my husband's home, they're all like all over him for attention.
yeah. So Mama sucks. Let's go to Papa. Yeah. Mine are
Yeah.
at home. I'm in a hotel room without them. That's kind of bummer. But home is also without internet, so really didn't have a choice. Hard to do this without being online.
Oh my gosh. How on earth do you go to work every day?
Well, you know, it died. I have internet at home, but it just died, and I couldn't get in touch with CenturyLink to fix it. It's just DSL anyway.
Oh, that's
So
awful.
on a good day, it's ridiculous, but it's just dead. The router is like
Yeah.
red. So
Oh,
my hotel room is like 10 minutes from my house. It's not like I went anywhere sexy. I didn't go to the beach.
oh, too bad. No wonderful meals like last year. And oh,
No, I'm gonna miss that too. But at least I can go home. I went home during the day earlier after I finished the guide. I went home and fed the cats and took in some deliveries and did household stuff for a few minutes and then popped back over here to the hotel to prep for this. So what's everybody working on? I know Amy's spinning something.
I'm gonna bind a sweater tonight. And maybe tomorrow I'll block it while I'm doing whatever it is online that we're doing. So,
I'm actually spinning some of Spunky Amy, some white and silver, and then this was a one of a kind from Casey that is just lovely, and I'm just mixing it in. It's very exciting. And the plan is
And Eileen is eating cookies.
Chocolate.
Oh, nice. Nonpareils? Yum.
hold that up, me.
So my sad story is that my
How can you be
family made
sad
me
with
sell my
chocolate?
house. And in the process of selling my house, I had to deconstruct my entire craft room. So now I own 2 storage lockers full of yarn and fiber. And so I know we have no free table this year, but I have fiber.
Whoa.
So somebody is is meeting me up here, and I'm gifting them all this wonderful blue face luster, merino, and amazing kind of fibers here that she said to me, wait, what about your retirement years? I'm like, I'll buy more.
Silly woman. Doesn't she know
I
who
have to
you
find
are?
a house. I went to live with my daughter, and it didn't work out so good. So now I have to find a house. So all the money that we were going to save so that I could retire is going to be probably spent on a house. And because they don't know if they're going to, we're going to stay close to them because they still want us nearby, but just not in the house kind of thing. I will, if they move to Texas, I will follow suit, but I can't buy a house in Massachusetts and then buy a house in Texas. So I don't have two moves left in me, quite frankly. So I'm waiting for them to decide where they want to be. And so I have no craft area. That's the hardest thing. I have no my space right now. So I set my weaving loom up in my 10-month-old granddaughter's supposed to be her room. And that's where I sit and knit and do weaving and stuff, but it's not really my space. And it's really, it's a hard place to be right now. So I'm really enjoying Freeport right now.
Plus chocolate.
Plus chocolate. Yeah, this is from
Suspension cell?
When Pigs Fly Too. Awesome, really good.
I always feel bad when I'm repping the company and I don't have something in arm's reach that's our yarn, but I do have a recent finished object. It's a fun hat. I put it on over the cat ears and it just didn't work, but I finished the hat recently, which
Ooh.
is really fun.
Ooh,
Popped up on Ravelry. It's bulky weight and this is out of our yarn, but it was a fun hat
what's the name of the hat?
Wonderful.
called Frost Flower.
It's really pretty.
Yeah, it's on Ravelry. It's Frost Flower 9, I think is the number because there's been a few Frost Flowers.
I'm gonna write that down.
But we added a new bulky weight base called Juno, and we had some misdyed skeins that I absconded with, and it became this.
Lovely.
Has anybody seen, there's a Swedish crocheter, her name is Tina. Has anybody done any of her work? Man, she's got some awesome patterns up there on Ravelry. It's Mosaic Crochet. And I was never a crocheter, but during the pandemic, I taught myself this new Mosaic Crochet, and pretty awesome. And because she just turned 41, until the end of the month, her patterns are 41% off. So they're like $5 a pattern, and they're really beautiful patterns that she's got up there.
I put a link to the hat in chat, by the way, if anyone's interested. I dropped a link.
Oh, cool, thanks.
Thank you. I'm knitting on my first ever yoked sweater. I don't know if you can see it. This is yarn I got up at Casey's a couple weeks ago. It is Harrisville Designs Nightshades, and then I'm doing a contrast with their daylights. And I absolutely love this yarn. I knit a scarf for my she's not really my daughter, but I call her not my daughter. She's my daughter's half sister. And I fell in love with the yarn. So I said, I have to make a sweater. And this is the sweater. It's called Avena. It's really pretty. Some of my knitting friends have made it. I just love that yoke. So, and I'm having fun doing the color work. I just started it a day or two ago. So that's what I'm gonna work on.
Is it one piece and is it top down?
Yes. Yep.
Cool.
And I even did a gauge swatch in the round, which was a challenge. I finally had to Google it and say, oh, okay, that's how you do it. So I have gauge.
Can I show you all something that I want to knit?
Please.
The newest issue of Pom Pom just came out today.
There's a magazine called Pom Pom.
Yeah. And
No.
the theme is called Dreamscape, and it's all these like pretty feminine patterns, which is not really my jam. but there's this lacy, let's see if I can show it. Oh, let me find a close up. It's like all over lace, and then
Ooh.
the collar is a little sock weight, like collar and cuff and hem. And then the body is just like this really, I don't know. It's like a really fine kid mohair silk yarn all over lace pattern. And I just think it's really flirty and cute. And I've got
love
some
it.
satin yarn that I think might work with it. And then I'm gonna maybe do the cashgora as the collar and cuffs. But also like when new things come out, I'm just like, I want to make it. And then I don't. So but I'm excited. But that's the one I'm most excited about right now. Last week it was Jessie Mae Martinson's what is it? Great Gingham Raglan that came out recently. Raglan, like checkered sweater. Freaking cute.
You had me at pom-pom. The world would be a better place if we had more pom-poms in it. And there's a whole magazine dedicated to it. I'm amazed.
I
Jessica
dropped a
put
link to
in
the
the
issue
chat,
Casey
yeah.
was showing in the chat as well on Ravelry, so you can see all the patterns.
Very cool.
Yes, thank you. I've already clicked on it.
I'm
We
seeing
got
new
someone
faces
wants to
pop
show
in.
her pom-poms. Hang on. Can you see this?
Pom-poms. Need more
Cute.
pom-poms.
Yeah.
I mean, it was me who got everybody doing the pom-poms on the trees outside the Hilton. I mean, we could, with all that stuff on the free table, like the older acrylic stuff and older like colors that weren't going. We said we have to make pom-poms with it. And the Hilton, I believe, still has all of our stuff stuck in boxes somewhere so that they can bring it back out to decorate when we do finally show up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember like a long time ago, I still have this with me, the cheesecake, the cheese, what is it? Cheese something scarves.
Swiss cheese.
That was Swiss cheese. That's what I meant to say, Swiss cheese scarf. So I have that with me today too. That's a fun one.
Now that we're talking about scarves, I wanted to try entrelac. So I've been working on an entrelac scarf. It's just an easy thing to do, but I love entrelac. I'm hooked.
Was that glittering or am I having a stroke?
No. This is actually a Noro Supame. So it's got some silk and it's got some wool in it, and it's just I just love it. It just changes its colors and it's fun.
I made the Lady Eleanor entrelac scarf years ago, and I used like 12 balls of the Noro Silk Garden.
Ooh,
It's
nice.
beautiful. It's beautiful. I love it.
Nice to see your face.
Hey, Laura.
Hi guys. I thought this thing started at 7. I'm
I
so
was
happy.
just, when she talked about entrelac, I was just thinking, oh, Laura made something, and boom, there you were.
And then I showed up.
Yay.
How far are you on your coffee sweater?
I got one sleeve done. In the body.
Nice.
Cool.
I absolutely love the colors of that one.
That's cute.
I love it. I'm so happy. So happy with it. My counts are off on the stitches. It's going to be what it's going to be. Still good. Nobody's going to miss 2 stitches on a sleeve, right?
That's what I tell myself on every freaking thing I knit. No one's gonna notice that.
It's going to be okay. So I'm going to run get my Noro scarf now that you were talking about that. So my entrelac scarf, so I can show it off and you can see it.
And you're gonna show off that sweater you're wearing now too, right?
Oh yeah, okay.
I see Laura Lee up there. How you doing, hon? You're muted, but you don't have to unmute if you don't want to. You're still muted.
There we go.
Yep,
How
there.
are you?
Doing okay. I'm so glad to see so many faces that it's been too long.
I swear I look like something out of the Addams Family with this lighting,
Yeah.
but oh well. No, I'm trying to get my knitting mojo back. I'm making it's a Vogue knitting textured cape. And it's real simple, worsted weight. Hold it, do I have a picture here? Yes, hold on.
Oh, that looks cozy.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
And I'm working on that because the lace piece that I was working on before I got my sleeping all out of whack a few months ago, I don't dare pick it up again because I'm afraid if I knit on it, it's going to fall apart. Because I don't trust myself with it right now because it's very intricate and it's very, I'm just really afraid that if I do anything, it's going to just fall apart when I take the needles off.
Yeah, you can't do
So-
lifelines every line. That just becomes
Every
inefficient.
every 4 rows, every 4 rows I lifelined.
Wow.
But I'm working on something worsted just to get my mojo back. Now that I'm actually sleeping 8 hours a night during the night, as
Oh,
opposed to during the day.
that sounds so wonderful.
Yeah, I'm packing up my house and
Mm.
weeding through 32 years of marriage and see where I'm going to go from here.
Do you have a location you're thinking of moving to? How far are you in that process?
I'm looking to get within an hour of Ms. T. of Lori
makes sense.
Troutman.
Yeah.
You know, I'm thinking if I can't be on the ocean, I want to smell it. So I'm thinking about an hour on the seacoast, and I have a pre-approval from my bank, and I'm ready, except I've got to finish breaking down this house
Yeah.
and decrapifying and packing things up and stuff to go to his daughter and stuff to yard sale and stuff to donate. And I got about halfway through before I broke my leg. And
Yeah, that throws a monkey wrench into the works for sure.
yeah. So, but again, Lori was here for me and my friend Joan, and they did a lot of stuff to make sure I could get around with the walker while I was healing. So this, decrapifying and then work on seeing if I want to just what I'm taking with me. Put a pot
it's
out
really-
front, put it all in it, and
It's an incredibly tough process. I was 35 years in my house, and
okay.
it's just sometimes insurmountable. I would thank God for my husband, because I would walk into the house and cry, basically, because I would open a cupboard and all the memories would fall out. And, and I really wasn't attached to the things as much as the sentiments that went along with them. And also when I felt like when I was throwing things away or giving them away or selling them or whatever I was doing, I felt like I was losing a piece of my identity, that when I passed or wasn't here anymore, the things that mattered to me and made me me wouldn't be there either. And I'm sad for my kids. Destashing is good and decluttering is good so the kids don't have to deal with it after. But it's incredibly difficult process, I feel.
Yeah, I need more storage than I need house just for my fiber. I mean, all I really need is a kitchen, a bathroom, and a bedroom. And I don't really need anything else except storage.
Yeah.
On top of
I don't
my,
think you were on here when I said I have 2 storage lockers full of my yarn and fiber.
Wow.
on top of my personal stash of like yarn and fiber and all that stuff, I inherited this fall about 125 years worth of family photos. It filled, if you guys are familiar with a Honda Pilot, it filled a Honda Pilot. I drove home from Florida to New Hampshire. It filled a Honda Pilot. And so now my goal is for the next few years is to digitize everything and create a family archive that I can share with the extended family. But this is going to be a very long hall project because there's
What a project.
some
Oh,
photos
Yes.
from the 1890s in there. So
Wow.
Yeah, people kept telling me, take a picture of it, take a picture of it. You'll feel less bad about it if you just take a picture of it. I don't know. I don't know how to create that archive. I should look into that.
I'm still looking for a good place to host the images. But what I did was I bought a good scanner and I started scanning the photos at a good quality, like a really good, like essentially professional level quality. Like I bought a dedicated scanner. I'm not using the scanner in like my multi-purpose like office printer, right? I bought a dedicated scanner that can do really good quality scans. And so my first step is to digitize everything and then I'll figure out where to store it. Like that's not my hard drive.
So once something's scanned, are you going to keep the paper version or give
I
them?
am. I'd like to.
Yeah.
I'm very big on keeping family history. I've been building like my family tree for quite a while now. Actually, I did like the ancestry DNA thing. We figured out that somehow I am more than 50% Jewish, which means somebody had to be doing something on the other side of the family there because there shouldn't be more than 50. But yeah, I'm building the family tree. I like having like faces to put with the names on the tree. I like having that tangible family history. The digital archive is really because we only have one copy of some of these photos,
Right.
you know, and it's a shared ancestor for me and my like second and third cousins. It's like our great grandparents or our great great grandparents. And so if there's only one copy, you know, at least if there's a digital version, it can be shared with the extended family and more people can see these.
Yeah, that's my oldest cousin in our family who's doing all that work.
Yeah. The only two cousins I have on my dad's side aren't really interested in any of this. So I'm kind of the only person, and my aunt and uncle didn't have any children together. And my aunt was kind of like a second mom to me. So she passed in August. And so I inherited her. She was the family archivist. So I got her archive of the archive. So
Oh my goodness.
yeah, it's a lot. It'll be fun to go through everything, but it's a lot.
Oh, Jackie's here. Hey, girl. She and Laura made a video earlier that was really cute.
Yeah, it's because we're so cute.
Yeah, you're just freaking adorable. So stinking cute. So you're going to be around this weekend? Are you going to be snowed in, or are you going to find excuses not to play with us?
I'll be around. Yeah, we're getting what?
Better be
8,
around.
12 inches.
Yeah.
This is a woman who every time I had something at my house, a pool party, after fiber revival party, any kind of event, everybody else would come over except for Jackie. So she broke my heart a lot.
Yeah, I had little kids at the time.
Wah, 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 wah. So did the other kids, folks.
They're very needy.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
an
right.
excuse.
Come here, please.
So to change the subject a little bit, Jessica, I want you to see this.
Say hi to everybody.
Wait a minute, let me take off my blur.
Yeah,
so
I
you
was going to
can
say, you need to
see.
turn off the background blur.
Yeah, I leave that on because when I'm working, you'll see why. See
Yeah.
what's behind me? It's all yarn. And when I have work meetings. So I finished this
Oh, that
finally.
looks great. Was that with To Infinity and Beyond?
That was with one of your gradients. I'm trying to remember the name of it.
It looks like To Infinity and Beyond with that bright purple and the bright, like, is it like neon purple?
It's bright purple. I wouldn't say it's neon.
It's
But I've
probably
gotten-
To Infinity and Beyond.
Yeah. But I've gotten so many compliments on this.
Yeah, that's a really fun pattern to do. It looks so good.
Thanks. I loved the gradient. I love how it shifted from 2 different colors. It was so much fun to work on. And I'm glad you were here so I could show you because I bought it. I don't even remember when I bought this yarn. And it's
I've
just,
been learning how to dye the gradients because I'm still like the apprentice dyer, right? So I've been learning how to dye the gradients recently, so it's really cool. In terms of like backgrounds and stuff, by the way, I turn this off. Cheap green screens are really easy to get because you can just go to Walmart and buy like $3 a yard like quilting fabric, and it's like perfect green screen.
good idea.
FYI, if anybody needs that for work or anything.
I used to have a curtain behind me but then we moved and I just didn't have room because I used one of those, those clothes hanger things that you put in the laundry room. It's just like one bar, and I hung a curtain on that. And then I moved and didn't have room for it. So
This is
now
a finished attic, so I literally put a strip of Velcro on the ceiling and then did the super janky, not actually proper sewing method of stapling the other half of the Velcro to the fabric, and then that's how I hang it up.
yeah. Or I just leave it like this, and the people I work with can see my obsession with yarn, and it is what it is.
It's always good to have people who you work with be a little bit afraid of you. That would do it. Just a
Yeah, I'm
wee little
working on
bit.
that. I'm to the point now where I just started here less than a year ago. It'll be a year in March. And I have to get them to like me first, then they can fear me.
I always find fear comes first. It could be me, I don't know, but it seems to be much more effective to get what I want from them.
I've just decided to own the cat headphone person identity, so that's what it's kind
I
of
like the
my
ears
thing is that I
very
do have
much.
cat headphones.
I approve. I love them.
Yeah, I just so mine is usually from this angle over here is where my laptop sits, because this is my Mac. And then I have my big screen in the middle. So I don't put a background on. They all know, it'll be 8 years.
It was a tough
9
race.
years?
We knew we were up against some legends here. Probably,
Oh, if you're not
more,
talking,
more
can
championships
you
competing
mute
than
so
ours
your
for
background
birthday.
noise doesn't come in?
To be up against that was intense. The first half of that battling was over for me.
Everybody mute except for that noise, and we can figure out who it
really.
is. There we go. Whoever it was is muted. Cool.
When the pandemic first started, I was still working for my synagogue, and where I set up in the dining room, I very belatedly realized that I was halfway through a weekly staff meeting when I realized that on the wall behind me was Pokemon posters. And I'm just like, oh, right. This is what I get for being a millennial.
Jackie, you had your critter up earlier. We didn't get to you. Is he still there? She's still there?
Yeah, she's trying to get herself comfortable in the futon, but here's Piper.
Oh, kisses.
Yeah, always. She's a lucky baby. And then the cat's in here somewhere too. I don't know where she ran off to.
Because we still like to see pets 2 years into this mess.
Mm-hmm.
They made peace, Jackie?
Huh?
Have they made peace?
Yeah, Piper actually is cranky, but Bug is outstandingly friendly, so she keeps trying. Every once in a while, they'll snuggle if it's cold enough.
Oh, and there's Miss Penny.
There's Penny.
Oh, Penny.
Laura, say something so you come to focus.
Sorry, I had to unmute myself.
There's Miss Penny.
Food. I have food, so she's waiting to see if I give her anything.
Food? I like food too, Mama.
I have pizza and I have little chicken bites.
Oh, you're her best friend.
Not getting any.
Nice.
Chicken bites are the perfect size for a puppy's mouth.
These things are massive tonight. I always get these little chicken bites when we're at spa from Donna.
So enough with the chicken. What about the scarf you went to get? Where is it?
It's behind me, but I got pizza on my hands.
Like I care. Wipe it off and get the scarf.
All right, hold on.
And don't talk with your mouth full.
Damn, you're so bossy.
Is anybody watching Love is Blind on Netflix? It's some trashy reality TV. Can recommend.
Is it good?
It's good, it's bad, and it's good. The premise is like 12 single couples, 12 men and 12 women. It's very binary. Date each other, but they don't see each other. They only have conversations like through a wall. And then they get proposed to or not. And then they get married like 4 weeks later. Maybe.
Oh.
It's very bad, but also very hilarious.
Like, Laura, that's beautiful. Is that on Shellac?
It's the lady Eleanor stole from, oh, something about scarves, or the book, something about scarves or something.
I remember when you were making that.
I made this I started this probably in 2006, Christmas 2006. Yeah.
Wow, is it that long ago?
Noro
I've
silk.
known you a long time.
Well, we're old. That's how it works out.
Yeah.
We're racking up the years, especially Jackie.
It used to have fringe, but I cut the fringe off because I kept rolling over it with my chair. So I got mad one day and I cut it off.
It needs pom-poms.
Wouldn't that be
Pom-poms.
fun? And then
Lauren,
this is my
pom-poms are not the
sweater.
answer to everything.
Oh, yes,
I
they
love
are.
that sweater.
Oh, yes, they are.
This is the Cosmic Dreamer. I think it's Cosmic Dream. I think sweater. It's dark down here.
Beautiful.
I love this sweater. I wore it today. I had to go to Boston today for treatment, and the nurse that I saw, the two nurses that I saw, they were like, "Oh, you're wearing the sweater in your profile picture on the portal." That was cute.
Racking up some fans.
Yeah. I had one nurse that was taking my blood. She was like, "Oh, I wish my manager was here." She goes, "I'm so tempted to take a picture of your sweater and show her." I was like, "I'll take my purse off if you want to take a picture of me."
You know what, folks? It's been a while. This recording is going to be, it's an hour. I'm going to stop recording and let it convert. And so now whatever we say, no one else needs to know about.
Oh, good. Now we can say